Good morning, as you probably know, members of Nzuko Ndigbo. This is Alfred Uzokwe, by the way. Members of Nzuko Ndigbo are making their pilgrimage of sorts to Igbo village in Virginia. Right now we're gathering slowly, exchanging pleasantries and waiting for the actual bus that will be taking us up to Virginia. We'll be leaving around 8:30 and 9 a.m. for the journey to Staunton, Virginia. Members of the group are all gathering. There you see Reverend Anyang, Engineer Efi, and the family of Kelechi Nnadi in the bus. Here you have the president of Nzuko Ndigbo of Central Pennsylvania, all pulling together, getting ready for the epoch-making journey.
Especially at the end of it.
The young ones gathering, members of the Efi family. The atmosphere is awash. Mr. Kelechi Nnadi.
Well, I salute you.
The young ones. It's shaping up to be a very beautiful day. The sun is up in the horizon. Again, exchanging pleasantries and getting ready for the almost 4-hour journey to Staunton, Virginia. That is the president of Nzuko Ndigbo of Central Pennsylvania, Chief John Wokeji. What do you have to tell us this morning about this journey?
This is a very wonderful journey. I'm glad you have fun. All this is about Igbo culture, and we have an obligation as Igbos in the diaspora to introduce our children to our culture. The Igbo village in Virginia is probably one of the most important Igbo presence here in America. So we are making sure that our children go with us, take this trip, see what Igbo culture in full display looks like, and hopefully we encourage all our men and women to sometimes take the children home in Igbo village in Nigeria, so that down the road, when we are no longer here, these children have been reinforced to know where they come from, to know what culture they bring, because your culture decides who you are.
Thank you very much, Wokeji. Again, I bring you back to the boisterous Nzuko Ndigbo group. I can see a lot of smiles on the faces of this is Miss Rufi Okoro. What do you have to tell us? How are you feeling this morning about this trip?
Feeling wonderful. It's going to be a fun day for us. We are here, we gathered here, we are thankful to God. You know, we are going to have fun, right? Yes,
So Nzuko Ndigbo women, queen. Now you can see.
Yes,
Mrs. Monica Efi, how do you feel this morning, and what do you hope to get out of this journey?
Hello. Ya ka ndị Nzuko Ndigbo nọ na Harrisburg kwadoro ka anyị kpọrọ ụmụ anyị jee dịka ndị ekwu n'oge gara aga si na ụmụ na ha tijere ụkwụ ebe a ha ya adị Igbo nice ndị a asụsụ oyibo ha ebido sụwa Igbo ọhịa anyị ji akpọrọ ha aga ka ha ruo ka ha fụ ihe ndị nna anyị mgbe ochie, etu esi eme mgbe ochie, emume ndị mgbe ochie. Ahụ m nwaanyị onye ochie na-egosi na anyị nkwado original.
Dalo, Mrs. Effie. Dalo, our president's wife, onwere ife ịchọ ịgwa anyị. Ka anyị sụbazie n'Igbo.
Well, ka m kelee everybody na today wo a special day for mmadụ niile. Na anyị nwetara ohere ịga this
Journey to Virginia, yeah.
Ụmụ anyị hụ our cultural show so that ka ha marakwa ibe anyị si and ihe na-emenụ.
That's right.
Kelere m everybody.
Thank you very much. And again, you see the full spectrum of Umuaka Nzuko Ndigbo all gathered.
Umuaka Nzuko Ndigbo, kwenu. You have to say yeah. When I say kwenu, you say yeah, kwenu.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. I hope you're all excited about this journey. Excited about what you're going to see, the cultural displays, the Igbo village. At least they say you have to know where you're from before you know where you're going. So this journey will show you some of the Igbo history, historical displays of Igbo culture. And when you come back, hopefully, you're going to be very pleased and have a lot of stories to tell. That's right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you all feel this morning?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. It's all festive here. Mrs. Onyaka.
I'm fine. How are you?
Very good.
Very excited.
Well. Please tell us what you feel about the trip. What do you hope to get out of it? Very good.
Well, I hope that our children will be able to kind of capture what we all have experienced back in Nigeria.
Very good, very good. Yep, well, you're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the bus. The tour bus just arrived. State of the art, Premier #1 limousine. So in a little while, we're going to be boarding the bus. Ladies and gentlemen, once again I come to you. We are making a trip, as I stated earlier, from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania to Staunton, Virginia, to witness the Igbo festival at the Igbo village. We have our members all seated, the driver, along the freeway. We are in a very comfortable bus, making the bus is just making a very brief stop in one of the rest stops along the way, and we have members of Nzuko Ndigbo coming down slowly to stretch at least and getting some fresh air, so to say. Again, the young ones.
A record, right? A red dot. Right?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are members of Nzuko Ndigbo Central Pennsylvania. We're right now at a rest stop on the way to for the Igbo Village Festival. Now I'm going to give everyone the opportunity to see something. We're all expecting one or two things, great things to happen. So I'll start right here. Mr. Mike, what do you have to say?
Great location. The protest call for this almost a year plus. We are ready to make it. Our kids gonna have it. They're gonna see how our folks, our fathers lived. Decades and decades ago. I already got you. Chief John. My name is John Walkage. I'm president of Nzuko Ndigbo Central Pennsylvania. We are taking our children to the only Igbo village or the replica of Igbo village in the United States. Even though we are in diaspora, we have an obligation to make sure that our culture is kept alive even when we are no longer here. The only way that will happen is to make sure our children are engraved into what makes Igbo man and Igbo man and woman. And that is going to show them and bring them up to know where they come from, self-awareness, culture, self-awareness. If you know who you are, then it's easy for you to behave in a certain way and acceptable to that culture.
Very good. You can step in. So, ladies, so you're making my job very difficult. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Alfred Nzuko once more again. I'm going to be signing off, but we're all you can see the smile on the faces of all the members of Nzuko Ndigbo of South Central Pennsylvania. We just hope that we're going to have a ball when we get to Staunton, Virginia. So, folks, say hi.
Okay, don't worry,
Ladies and gentlemen, once again I come here to you. We started boarding the boats. We have Alfred Nzuko here. We're finally at the Frontier Museum. Members of Nzuko Ndigbo, Central Pennsylvania. We're right here going through the registration process to get our badges, and in a little while we're going to be going inside into the museum to begin the experience of pilgrimage of sorts that I've been talking about for the past couple of days. If you look down here, you see members of Nzuko Ndigbo, women, men all queuing up, trying to get their badges, and we're full of expectations and happiness, expecting that our kids are going to see some of the things they've been hearing about for quite a while and have not been able to experience. Again, like I said, it's a pilgrimage of sorts, and we hope to get a lot out of it.
Thank you, John. I'll do it right now.
Right here, if you look. Ladies and gentlemen, what you have in front of you is the cream and crop of Nzuko Ndigbo of South Central Pennsylvania. We have most of us gathered here. We just visited Staunton, Virginia for a pilgrimage of sorts. Now I'm going to pan in closer to Reverend Sam Anyanwu, and he's going to give us a better sense of what we're seeing around us right now. So now you're going to be listening to Reverend Sam Anyanwu.
This is a typical Igbo settlement of ancient time. The man who owned this compound, typical of an Igbo man's compound, was a polygamist. He owned 3 wives, and he was a blacksmith. Over there is his blacksmith shop. He has what you will call furnace in today's world, but in those days that was his stove, where his fireplace, where he will melt all his iron and hammer out his instruments. He could make a hoe, he could make machete, he could make keys, logs, chains, whatever, you name it.
Cool.
A typical Igbo compound is walled, the mud wall, usually about 6 feet high, or is fenced on your right hand this side with wood and sticks, bamboo. And usually in approaching every compound there is a gate, a doorway. People are standing on the gate,
Which is probably what we're looking at right now.
That's what we are looking at.
Yes.
Okay, and
So folks, you can file in while the Reverend is commenting.
who owns the bag? Okay.
We try to do great. Get them.
Yes, it's hiding in there.
I'm just entering the village via the entrance.
So when you come into the compound, it's spreads out, and that place is his ubu. This is where the ubu is where he receives visitors, where he hosts public gathering. Say he is giving out one of his daughters in marriage, or some other thing is going on in his compound. That is the place where that will take place. And the building in the center here is his own. This is the man that owns the family. This is his own building, and at the back end there are the buildings to his wives. So there are 3 buildings at the back. The first wife, the second wife, and the third wife over there, and they all have a common kitchen back there. I guess people are milling around.
I'm just entering one of the huts, and the kids are saying, Reverend, can you say something about this?
This is
The wooden gong.
the wooden gong. It's used to, it plays a lot of roles in Igbo land. You can use it to summon people to a meeting. You can use it to announce an emergency situation, community. You can also use it.
Has meaning.
Yeah, each drum beat has a meaning. So you got to know how to beat it in order to convey appropriate message. It could be celebration. It could be when a new child was born, or when a child was being circumcised. Anything happens. It plays different roles. So you got to know how to handle it.
Okay.
Let me talk about this.
The explanation is that this is a barn, I think for livestock. something like that, roped off using bamboo sticks. This is the kind of thing we used to see in Africa, Nigeria, and the Igbo land many years ago.
And cut sticks like that. Okay?
There will be a test after this, so pay attention.
Is there a fine?
So we go to the wood, we cut enough sticks, and when the man comes, he pins them round the way he wants to build the house. Maybe 1 room, maybe 2 rooms. So after doing that, he goes to the rear, the back end of his compound, like somewhere out there, and we dig into the earth. Now you remove the topsoil until you hit the soil that is reddish like this. And when you hit that, you begin to pour water. And that's where we prepare the water. This is prepared right inside of the hole, inside of the ditch you dig there. And then from there we'll start carrying them out, and we'll come here, we'll start pushing them in between the sticks that have already been set up, and we'll find a way of smoothing them out, and you leave them to dry. 2-3 days, they will be dry. And then you set up the roof, and we begin to put the thatches. You can see the thatches, you start from this lower end, and you move upwards until you get to the top there. When it rains, everything flows down. So that's how it's made.
What the thatches are made of?
The thatches come from, now there are 3 types of palm trees we have in Igbo land. We have the regular cocoa, which is coconut, which is the date palm. We have the palm tree, which produces the palm wine that you saw the men drinking last night. And there is the raffia palm, which grows in the mangrove jungle. That's where it normally grows. The raffia palm is what is used to make thatches. That's what we use to make thatches that we use to roof our homes. This is very, very cool. If you stay here in the summer, you will not need any air conditioner. It stays cool. And it stays cool.
The roof itself is 1 string at a time.
Yes.
You look at it, it's just like, no, this one is 1 string at a time. Bend it, and then you use a little stem like a needle, but it's made of wood. That's what you use to hold it. With 2 sticks, 2 long sticks that you hold it on before you put it down. These days when you go to Nigeria, you find it difficult to see this because
it's not there anymore.
A lot of them has been cemented. The roof now contains metal roofing. So very rare you find this in Nigeria.
Somebody will come and nick it.
Or video just picture
If you don't know where you're from, you will hardly know where you're going. So what we are trying to do now is to give you a sense of where you are from, where you were from, your origination, your ancestral history, what the people, your forebears, what they went through. There's been all kind of changes and metamorphoses, as people say. But this has gone. If you go to Africa now, don't expect to see, or Nigeria or Igbo land, don't expect to see this. But this is history. I'm hoping you're taking pictures that you're not thinking, oh, this is for our parents or whatever. Take pictures, talk to your friends, American friends, wherever they're from. Let them know that you have a rich ancestry. An ancestry that you're very proud of, that you visited this place and you're happy to call Nigeria, Igbo land, your ancestry, and so on and so forth. So I don't want you to just be thinking, okay, they're making us do this. We're not just making you, we're trying to give you a sense of belonging, direction, and purpose. So I just want to make sure that this is something you have ingrained into your psyche as you leave this place. Okay? Can I get an amen to that?
Amen!
My father,
Michael, can you come closer? I want to say something about
my father,
about what he
my father was born in one of these places. My own dad, a house like this. So this thing we are describing is not far away. It's in near future. My father was born in one of these houses. Okay? So when we say this is what forms who you are, we are not talking abstract. We are talking about something that probably happened up to the 40s. Okay? And this, so what you see here, even some of us were not born in it. Our father, our grandfather were all born on it. So this is our origin. This is how things used to be. This compound, for somebody who has a lot of money and a lot of family, this compound is small. Some of them is like 4 times this size, and the walls are usually built more higher. Some of the walls go up to 6 feet, and sometimes there will be local wars going on. The wall goes up more for protections. Okay, so they build it higher, and on top of it, of that wall, some people don't do it with raffia. Some people do it with the bottom of the raffia where you have the thorns, so that you don't.
For protection.
For protection, yeah. So, and I'm sure Alfred have explained most of those things to you. That plays the most important role in the life of an Igbo man. Everything he does, people come to his house. Most of the time, that's where he attends the people. This is a quality of beef.
Yeah, thank you everyone.
Yeah. So those are very important aspects of this.
That is equivalent to your living room today. Okay, that's your book. Now I want to explain something. In the United States, in the Western world, it's good that we are doing this. When we come here, we get lost. But when you walk through the streets, when you see an Indian, you will know he's an Indian. When you see a Chinese, you're going to know he's a Chinese. Now, anywhere you see anybody in the world that has this on his head, that's an Igbo man.
Yes.
Okay? There is no other group of people on earth that wears this scarf. That is an Igbo man. If you see him in New York, in DC, in California, anywhere you see him, you can easily go close to him
and speak Igbo
to him. And anywhere you see somebody wearing this, that's also an Igbo man, but there is a difference. He is an Igbo man that has a title. A title would be, here you use the word award here, but a title is a distinguished honor, place of honor in the society. Not everybody is titled, okay? Yes. Now, if you see this dressing, that belongs to the Igbo people. You cannot see it any other place. It's only the Igbo people that dress up this way. And you can see, and you can look at Mama Monica from head to toe. This is an Igbo lady. You cannot dress without the head tie. That's what we call it. You cover your hair. You cover your head. You can see all that. The beads. The blouse. This is supposed to be a wrapper, but these days ladies are making the long skirt.
I have it in my I have the wrapper too.
This is forward. This is forward.
Yeah. So I have to make everything complete.
That's right. She's complete now.
And spread the word about Igbo and conquer it also. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the final leg. We are now we're done with what we came here actually for, and it was worth every minute of it. So as members of Nzuko Ndigbo get ready to board our nice tour bus, I want to just hear a few words from members of Nzuko Ndigbo as to what they think about this event, this auspicious event. So we go to Mrs. Monica Efi. What do you think? Just in a minute, a second. Okay. We see a capture. Wonderful. Very good. Dalu. Henrietta, do you have anything to say? What do you think? Was awesome, right?
Yes, it was awesome.
Very good, very good, very good. Mrs. Okoro? Very good. Amen. Mrs. Onwukanjo? Wonderful. Very good, very good. Up Rangers na munye. Up Rangers na munye. Wonderful.
But unfortunately, but I am very grateful now for the opportunity to go to Maka.
Very good.
Maka no na Kondi. I hope that you have to never again instill some more value, African and Nigerian values in them.
And the Igbo value. Up Rangers, any 1 second thing?
Now, I conclude with them.
Reverend, Kefilo.
Ihe ngetinye na ihe ndị mmadụ kwuru ihe mere ebe amaka ma anyị hụrụ na ụmụaka pụtara wee hụ ụmụaka ibe ha ndị ọzọ bụ ụmụ Igbo ndị bi Atlanta, ndị bi Maryland, ndị bi Virginia, ndị bi this is South Africa, Liberia, you know, all this can know na ndị Igbo do ebe dum. So ọ bụrụ ndị bekee asị na motivation.
Thank you.
It was a great motivator for our young people to become Igbo.
On so that big grammar, can I move to engineer Ifi? Kefilo, just 1 second. Kefilo.
New York, Washington, where I watch you. I almost can't understand.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Amen. Amen. Mr. Onwukanjo, in 1 second, Kefilo.
Even though the planning was difficult, coming here was the best
one of these sides right here.
Okay.
There's an outlet on the bottom of the sea.
So much. They were able to interact with other children from different parts of the United States.
They made friends.
Yes, indeed.
They were encouraged to learn how to speak Igbo.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, some of them are practicing it already, learning. And they are promised that all the stuff they learn here today, that they're going to carry it forward when they get back home to Harrisburg.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. Dr. Ezakacha Kedu Kefiga Nyana Wunye no Belenwa. Wonderful, and she's peacefully very good. Nake Kefilo. Kefilo Makefa. Una funa olie yon. Dalu. Yeah.
In fact, I got one idea more way.
Okay.
Mana jana bo isioku haneku kai were Igbo omenala Igbo we na azu ụmụaka.
Yes.
Oh yeah, in fact, gbari gbaku ha ne o meso no bi ezinu na ihe ga na eme wa ga na akụziri ụmụnwaanyị
Igbo.
Ka no wa nke na geso aga na akụziri.
Yes indeed. Yes indeed. Dalu. Kanye no president time microphone for a while.
Those of you
Chief
who
Mokeji, who represented us very well just a few minutes ago as we wanted to depart the hall. So we'll give you a second to round up.
I know everything we are doing is legal, but I want other people to understand what this is all about.
Yeah.
Okay. For those who are not Igbos, this is for you. Igbo culture is well and alive in the United States of America.
Yes, indeed.
There was many people everywhere in this country, from California to New York to Florida to everywhere. I am grateful to Igbo men and women, Igbo parents, to be doing everything they can to impact Igbo culture on their children.
Yes, indeed.
And for us, it's a task
that must be accomplished.
Dalo,
Lolo, kedu onwe if you got add?
No, everybody which are going home to suppose so
okay.
him they put na IG Ongalebia and IG Ongaleala.
That's lady. I'm going to lofu. Ne kefilo.
No, what about Nigeria? In 5 years, I love Nigeria.
Nigeria.